Come join me on this quick stride here on this Monday afternoon. But I was meant to record for last week, but I guess today's video is to cover last week in general. And I think the main lesson wasn't more from just the actual sales journey, but it was more from an outreach I did over the weekend. I actually realized that with anything you do, any goal, any ambition anyone pursues, we have ups and downs, and we tend to complain about it a lot. A lot of people can get upset because it could be make or break for them. A lot of people can get pretty riled up because things didn't go their way. But this outreach reinstilled this perspective back into me, where myself and a few other individuals, part of an organization, went over and delivered care packages to the homeless. And a lot of the homeless were just general individuals who wanted a conversation. They didn't want anything more, they didn't want anything less, they just wanted a conversation. They wanted to be interacted with and just have interactions with other people and learn new things and provide advice or wisdom. And made me realize, hearing some of their stories and looking at them, that we are pretty lucky. To be watching this video is quite lucky. To be able to have access to the internet is quite lucky. To be able to have a home is quite lucky. These guys have got it rough. Bear in mind, they don't have insulation or anything. They don't have anywhere to keep warm in the cold weather when they're out on the street. Those who are homeless have it really, really rough. So it made me think, what the hell are we whinging about for? Why are we even whinging in the first place? I get we have tough times, but when you look at other situations, things could always be worse, can't they? In general, it made me realize that as I do continue this journey, I'm going to face inevitable downs, and I'm going to face valleys. But why complain? It could always be worse. Have I protected my biggest downside? Yes. So what's there to complain about and get angry about, realistically? It was devastating because some of these people don't get the help they need. They have to fight and scrap for their own resources just to get the basics sorted of their life. It just gave me a quick second, a quick reinstallation of that perspective that things can always be worse. And with whatever journey I continue to go on, who knows where we'll end up. It's not as bad as it seems. So at the end of the day, when there is something that does go south, acknowledge it. It's always important to acknowledge it at first and say, hey, yeah, this sucks. And while it's not great, it could always be worse. We're pretty spoiled. I'll tell you that. We are really, really spoiled. There are some people who just have genuine issues. And one story that really broke me was when this one lady was fighting a diagnosis and she couldn't actually get the support she needed. And she was out here living on the street. She was genuinely fighting through a life-threatening diagnosis of cancer. And the hospital could not get back to her about when treatment could start, when she could be treated and taken care of. It sort of got to me and realized that, yeah, to be honest, we haven't got shit to complain about. Bite the bullet, acknowledge the valley you take, but always remind yourself that it could be worse. It could be worse, and you could be going through even more harder shit. There's probably someone out there who will do anything they can to trade their life with you. I guarantee if you go to a different country, you go to one of the countries that are struck by poverty, and you talk to someone about your problems and they talk to you about their problems, they'll go for the quick trade. They'll take your problems any day of the week. So just made me realize and reinstilled the value of sort of acknowledging that when shit goes south, it actually is not as bad as what it seems. And if you ever want perspective, you go talk to other people and learn their views. That's it from me, and I think that was the biggest lesson to learn. And this is something I'll keep true to myself when a valley does arrive. That at the end of the day, it could be worse. Thanks, guys.